Hi, I'm Whittaker. I'm here today to analyse the golf swing of Angel Cabrera, recent winner of the Greenbrier Classic. Now, it's his first win since the 2009 on the PGA Tour. So, we'll have a look at what makes Angel hit the ball so far, as he hits it 302.7 yards as average off the tee, which ranks him 16th on tour, and also we'll find out what is it that stops this great player who's super talented winning week in, week out. Now, what we'll see is we'll have a look on the right hand side of the screen here from the front view. We'll notice that there's quite a lot of head movement golf ball in the backswing. So, I'll just put a couple of little lines here on either side of his cap. Make the backswing here. You notice that he does the golf ball a fairly sizable amount there. His weight has been loaded onto the outside of his right foot. You can see here how the inside of the right shoe is slightly up in the air. But at the top he creates a lot of load in those wrists, but also during this backswing what we'll notice is that he's got a very wide arc, and it's quite a late setting of the golf club. So we see here at halfway back, very different to what you see a lot of tour players do these days, where they'll have the golf club a bit more set, close to 90 degrees. Halfway back, he's not even got it set to 90 yet, and it's only at this stage in the backswing as the golf shaft and the left arm got close to that 90 degree line. I think this is probably the area now. So now's the area where they are at 90 degrees. It's much later on in the swing. Okay, so it's a little bit of a kind of float loady backswing where the club settles in and sets the wrist very late on. But actually the set continues into the transition, as now he makes this very aggressive weight shift with low body, whilst he's also been making that at the same time. The club is still finishing its settling in period. So this means they create a lot of lag coming down. Here he's got the type of lag that's been associated to Sergio Garcia or Ben Hogan. At this element now in the downswings, he's got loads of lag. The club is really delayed. And you can notice at this point right here that the club head is back here, and he's still got the leverage held. So as he continues to come down now, we'll notice that there's no flip at the bottom of the hands. It's just a very aggressive move of the body, and the club is allowed to work around, and a lot of extension is put into. He gets after impact, so there's loads of width between his arms and plenty of space is created. He then gets all the way through to his finish, but at the end, at the point of impact, he's quite unusually quite flat-footed here with the right foot. He's not massively off the right side, although he is hitting into his left side and he's over the left foot, so he's using the ground to help him create a lot of leverage. So he uses the ground to pressure against at this point in the downswing, so that allows the club to come in much more delayed, creates the lag, and then he just explodes through the shot with all of the rotation. We'll take a look at it from down the line here. What we see is that the club stays outside of his hands for a long time here in the backswing, and as we continue to go towards the top now, we see that the club ends up quite long and quite loose. The right elbow is a long way from the body. This is definitely not a textbook position at the top of the swing, but it goes with the wide nature of Angel's backswing to allow him to settle it in very, very late. I believe that maybe the length of it is one issue that would bring in a little bit of timing for him, because when the arms go on as far as they are doing right here, it means he's got to slow the body down some of the time to allow those arms to catch back up. So now we'll see this aggressive move coming down, and at this point now in the downswing we'll see that the right elbow is on the front part of the right hip, and the golf club is bisecting the right forearm absolutely perfectly. So at this point the right forearm is at 90 degrees to the spine, and the golf club is going through the middle of it, meaning that this is going to be the fastest that the golf club can rotate. This is the optimum position because the forearm is at 90 degrees to the axis, and the golf shaft is going through the forearm, so that is running at 90 degrees to the axis. So it's the most powerful yet the most consistent delivery position you can have the club in. Something else I really like is the amount of space he has generated right here with his arms in front of his body. What we now notice is, as he then begins to unwind, The club just freewheels around with him. There's no excess flicking of the hands. There's just a natural extension of the arms as the club has got the club head has got all the energy in it, and inertia continues to work around on the circle, causing the arms to extend, and then he comes right through to his finish. Now, there's so many great things in this downswing, but this delay right here and the way that club goes through that right forearm is absolutely spot on. And this is a massively powerful position, and something that I believe the main reason why Angel hits it so far, that and the float low nature of the backswing allows him to create a lot of the lag coming down. Looking at it from the front right here, the inconsistencies are going to come from the length of the swing, but also from the amount of head sway he's got off the ball. I believe that head sway off the golf ball is what makes things inconsistent, because the more you move off the ball in the backswing, it's going to be harder for him to have to make the move to get back to it and square the face at the bottom consistently. It's particularly at the club head speed that he plays at. When you've got the type of club head speed that Angel's got, you are playing with such tight, fine margins. 1% or 0.5% off here and there is going to have massive ramifications later on in the golf swing, and particularly with the results of being able to square the club face up on its own. Overall, I really like this golf swing though. I love to watch Angel play, because he hits the ball so pure, and when he's on, he's the sort of guy that really takes on a lot of shots. I don't like the nature of the backswing here, of it going up for as long as it is, but I think part of this is a byproduct of how much width he gets. Overall though, it's a massively powerful swing, and he's great fun to watch, particularly as he leaves nothing behind and goes after every shot. I hope you've enjoyed my analysis. If you'd like to hear more from myself, please visit my website, which is www.danwhittakergolf.com, or follow me on Twitter at @DWhitakerGolf, or like my Facebook page, which is Dan Whittaker Golf.